Good evening to you. Our top story at 5, sweeping changes to IMPD announced by Mayor Hogsett today, meant to strengthen trust between police and residents. 2 weeks after a pair of officers shot and killed Aaron Bailey. Those changes include special training so officers are more aware of stereotypes that affect their understanding and their actions, creating an Office of Diversity and Inclusion, creating a panel to review all use of force by police from tasers to guns, and creating a community review of citizens police complaint board, rather. But perhaps the biggest change is updating the policy of when officers can fire their weapons.
We are not just going to continue to review IMPD's use of force policies. We will change them in order to make them consistent with those best practices developed nationally in the wake of incidents around the country that have cast light on the need to modernize our police practices.
We're told these changes will go into effect immediately, and more changes are expected in the coming weeks and the coming months. Tonight, we're hearing from faith-based groups and those who work as a bridge between police and the community. Their reaction to Mayor Hogsett's plan is hopeful, yet measured. Our TV6's Chance Walser has more on what they're saying tonight.
Some of the faith-based leaders I spoke to say they've been pushing for some of these policy changes for more than a year. They're not sure what's taken the city so long to get to this announcement, but they say they're hopeful about apparent progress here. Hogsett's announcement comes after the June 29th shooting of Aaron Bailey. Then 2 IMPD officers shot and killed Bailey after he fled from them and then crashed his car. Hogsett plans to implement a use of force review board for cases where officers use any level of force. The mayor also announced what's called implicit bias training for those who train police officers. The goal will be to combat biased decision-making and stereotyping. Members of local faith-based group Indy Can are hopeful the mayor and police chief can deliver on the promises made today.
We've seen time and again over the past years how much people of color, particularly black men, have not treated fairly sometimes by our authorities, by some of our police officers. So we think that it's high time for this bias training because racism affects our entire society.
Hogsett says the implicit bias training is the first effort of its kind in the country. IMPD and the FBI are currently reviewing the case involving Aaron Bailey. Chance Walser, RTV6.
Tonight, both IMPD and the FBI are investigating the 2 officers who shot and killed Aaron Bailey. It happened last month after he was pulled over, then sped off and crashed into a tree. No weapon was found in the vehicle. Police say he was reaching for something when they opened fire.